Hello again to everybody, and we're having again Mr. Geza Racz, who is editor-in-chief for the Kagylokurt Hungarian cultural magazine. Thank you for having us again, Mr. Racz.
Greetings to everyone.
Today we have the East and West, which is the topic of issue number 60. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. And I think this is not only a topic for a certain issue, but it's a permanent topic for the last half millennium in the history of our planet Earth. Why? Because these names, these denominations like East and West, they're not simply geographical directions, but they represent cultures. And the meeting and the cross-section and the fight or the contest of these cultures, I think it's an utmost important topic, and therefore we try to dig a little bit into this question.
Well, yeah. It's a great topic, and I believe it's huge. How big is the issue? How many pages?
Well, this issue is about 200 pages, a little more even. Plus, we have a picture section at the end of the issue, trying to tell in pictures what we had discussed before in text.
Oh, wow, that's great. That's a huge amount of work you have covered. You mentioned in our conversation previous to this recording that East and West are both connected and in contest. So how is this going on? What is going on?
Well, especially in the last century, we have understood that we live in a very limited world. This world has shrunken, so to say, and therefore East or Orient is not a very far away, unknown land. But you can travel, you can see, you can perceive a lot. Plus, the Orient is also very, very much interested and influenced by the Western values. So, although they like symbolic representations of different approaches to life, yet they cannot survive. One cannot survive without the other. So therefore I say that these cultures, East and West, relate to each other so much, little in competition, little in reference to each other,
yes,
but cannot exist without the other.
So it's a two-way street, right?
Of course, because life is one experience, whether we see it from the Orient or from the Occident. This is the same human life here on Earth, and whether we start from here, from the Western side, or we look at life as an experience from the Oriental side, we have to find some basic values and also some spiritual values that will survive this perishable life.
Okay, so normally those of us who are living in the West, we're searching for inspiration in the East. Maybe some of us are looking for our roots even there. What is the Eastern person, the Eastern individual living in the East, searching in the West? Can you tell us a little more?
Well, according to my private experience, I had the impression that more and more interest is there from the Western side, and definitely we try to find something profound in the East, and their tradition is going back to millennia practically.
Yes.
You check out China or India, they are very ancient cultures, and this is somehow a little bit of fashion today to discuss and to practice something Oriental.
Yes.
And at the same time, on my journeys to the East, I had noticed that people are so much influenced by the Western values, like this consumer society, because this gives you immediate pleasure. So therefore they are attracted to that. And a lot of people, especially the young ones, they are ready to jump and to go to visit and to test the Western countries, although basically they are aware of their cultural background.
Yes.
Which is an advantage for them, I think.
Yeah, it's a good background and solid foundation, we can say. Can we just let's say try to go on a journey and say that if the Westerner is going east in search of their history and past, can we say that the Eastern person, is going west to search for their future and modernity? And in this way, we kind of investigate into each other's strong and weak sides.
Yeah, to understand our past or future. But there are some interesting issues here, because some say that the future of the Western societies is very similar to the past of the Oriental societies. Because in the Oriental traditional classical cultures, they had faced some challenges that we are facing right now, like overpopulation and clash of cultural values. And they had found some relevant answers. So even in that respect, time, like past and future, East and West, is mixed up. And what we have to find personally is a solution for the enigma of our own life. And I think if we are ready to invite new messages and to receive some guidance and to understand the wisdom that these Oriental cultures are based on, then we shall be more successful in resolving our life.
Yeah, that's some challenge to meet and to find some solution for all of us. And I was wondering, your magazine and your work is influencing Central and Eastern Europe, and I was thinking, if we are living in modernity more or less, or we're living in the West, we have our daily life, and okay, we are all trying to find our sense, like search for meaning. In the Eastern traditions and into religion, and practically all religions are Eastern. Even Christianity is coming from the Orient. So today we have daily life, and what is the practical thing, like a practical thing we can take and really use? Because maybe this is some form of negative reaction, but most of the modern men and women, they're like disappointed, or they cannot really find fundament and a stability into religiousness, and they don't find the answers.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I mean. And well, we discussed in the beginning East and West and geographical orientations, and what is the purpose? We want to find some satisfaction, some inner contentment, and to put it very simply, we are searching for happiness.
Yes.
And for hundreds of years, especially in the West, we had tried to search for a happiness externally.
Yes.
And on the lower platforms, like a material way. So we wanted to find a material solution and the external solution for happiness. While in the Orient, people think about inner values and higher values, like spiritual or eternal values. You see? So if we try to see these 2 points of vision, and if we try to relate to each other, then even if we have this external orientation, if we add something from the Orient, like an internal orientation and substance, then I think we can achieve a more wholesome, holistic view of life.
Oh, that's beautiful. Turn inwards.
Yeah, correct, we can say. And therefore we try to show some parallels and the contest of the cultures. And one article discusses the competition of the rose and the lotus flower. And just like East and West is a symbol of practically these two basic fundamental approaches, cultural approaches, in the same way, the rose, we can say, is a very highly esoteric symbol of Western societies. Also, the rose itself as a flower is also coming from the Orient. Mm-hmm. And of course, the lotus flower is like an absolute symbol of purity and creative power and so many other things of purity in the Oriental way. So therefore, we try to analyze a little bit the different opinions about one and the other flower, because they represent our cultures. Yeah. And if they meet, beauty and symbolism and nature meet. And I think this is a very good topic to ponder over. Yet, as you take it like a walk in a garden, yes. in a beautiful garden. This is soft, this is like artistic. Yet the clash of these cultures, the clash of these civilizations is not only artistic, not always peaceful. Yes. And therefore another major article discusses about again some symbolic representations of these cultures, and these are like Om and Dao about the Indian and Chinese way, mm-hmm. and the cross and the market as symbols of the Western way of thinking for the last few hundred years. And the clash of Om Dao and the market and the cross is more violent sometimes, and we tried to show, quoting different authors, how this clash between the East and West happened, and we as readers, we have to find the solution.
That's great. That's great. Thank you for this insight in this issue number 60, East and West, Kagylokurt. And you can be found on your website, kagylokurt.hu.
Correct.
And in your centers, the physical printed edition can be copied, okay? Found, I mean. Okay, and then do you have any other, like, bookstore chain or some place where you can be found also?
Yeah, we have an alternative system for mm-hmm. distribution, and you can find it on our website.
On the website. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Geza Racz, Editor-in-Chief, Kagylokurt, and issue number 60. Please search and find. Thank you, Mr. Racz.
Thank you in the name of meeting East and West.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. Kagylokurt number 61, Axis Mundi, and we are again with Mr. Geza Racz, Editor-in-Chief.
Greetings to all.
Thank you for having us again, and can you clarify a little more on this Axis Mundi? What is this Axis Mundi?
Well, I think it's quite a challenge for today, because today we live in the age of networks. The internet and the World Wide Web determines our life in so many ways that practically we are like captured in this network. Mm. And of course, not only this, like an informational network, but so many other networks are around us. And that means that there is no center of a network, especially the web. Hmm. But therefore, I found it very interesting to designate one point as the center of our attention. And if we examine the traditional cultures or mystic traditions, everywhere we shall find this epicenter of the culture, or this axis mundi, or this most important message, that the whole world is revolving around that. So in this way we try to show different visions and different understandings about this essential epicenter of cultures.
You mentioned that Axis Mundi is not only a center, but like a line, a rod.
Yeah, we can say that this is like an axis, that everything else revolves around that. And first I encountered this idea in Delphi in Greece, where they had this oracle, a very famous oracle from the ancient times, and actually they had a stone that marked the center point of that society. And later on, when we investigated a little bit, then I understood that axis mundi, or this axis of the world, is not only like a center on a horizontal plane, but this is like a connection. It creates a connection between the worldly, earthly, and the higher realms.
Can we say that axis connects heaven and earth?
Yes, exactly. And this axis is very strange and very useful at the same time, because we humans should reach to higher levels of understanding and consciousness by climbing over this axis, so to say.
Wow, that's some major concept, right? Can we say that the ancient traditions or the empires or the dominant cultures, they had this idea that in their space and time and circumstance, they were the connectors of divinity and maybe earthly matters, earthly domination?
Well, in the old times, even the power structure on the planet Earth was like a representation of some divine forces, divine powers. More or less this is lost in the modern societies, but I think we have to re-establish a kind of real spiritual alternative for the simply and purely material alternatives, because in my opinion, in my view, Western societies are in a deep crisis right now, and if we don't add this spiritual substance, then we shall lose.
Yeah. Thank you for this vision and for supporting it with your work and your magazine and books also. And I would like to ask you about horizontal axis. Because we have lived in times that had practically this idea of the Iron Curtain and the competition between, let's say, the socialist and the capitalist. And now maybe we're all struggling and taking sides along, let's say, the two big empires like Russia and the United States. And what is your view and what is your, let's say, attitude towards this horizontal axis? So most of us are living in times and we have this horizontal axis, duality axis, dominant in our lives. And for instance, everybody is now, let's say, at least aware of this competition and what is going on, like the United States and Russia. And maybe for the last 50, 70, 80 years, we have had this horizontal line, this horizontal axis. And it was much related to political powers and to aggression and to, let's say, alternatives, but they were like the power struggle alternatives. Yes. What is your view and what is your perspective about this horizontal axis and our choices?
Well, if you examine a little bit all the different traditions and the mythological histories, there you will find this competition and contest and fight.
Yes.
So it looks like violence is a basic principle of material existence, and maybe it's not only a historical happening, but this is also like a cosmic competition between the light and the darkness. At least in India, for example, they have this conception about the war, that the conflicts on the planet Earth are kind of representations of this cosmic fight between good and evil. So if we move horizontally or vertically, I'm not sure that we can really change these tendencies, because it looks like it's like a natural, essential part of the material existence. Then what to do? Because we have to find some alternatives, and I think one axis of life, or one axis of the world that we individually we all have to find, this is our self-analysis. And we human beings, we have a backbone, and symbolically we also have to find our backbone, those basic principles that we try to attach, that we try to fix our attention on, so that we can improve our structure, improve our way of thinking, improve our way of action and reaction. So in this way we all have an internal axis, Mundi, in our physical and intellectual or psychological construction.
Wow. So if we are getting you in a right way, instead of searching for the outer and visible enemy, go within and find the partner within you.
I don't want to improve or push another type of neurosis over people, because many times we are struggling with ourselves enough. But I'm sure if we can find our inner peace, it will be much more easy to find the peace outside also, to establish peace outside.
Well, that's the eternal topic of perfection, right? From the inner to the outer. Oh.
Again, they are deeply interrelated, and of course sometimes the external environment influences too much our inner conditions. But if we go higher and higher levels, we have to understand that actually life or the world around us is like a projection. So if we fine-tune more and more the projection of ourselves, and other people also accomplish this job, then hopefully the projected picture will be also better.
Okay, that's great. You're on the Kagylokurt.hu website, and also you're on the social media like Facebook, am I correct?
Yes, of course, because although I'm so to say attached to the classical form of printed material, just to have the touch, to have the smell, to have the issue in your hand. Nevertheless, we try to provide an access to people in general, and definitely these electronic versions can reach more audience.
That's great. So maybe we can put some phone numbers for orders for those who are interested into getting the printed material, right?
Yeah, of course. So even the back issues and of course the latest issues are available in printed form also, and we have our very dear colleagues and friends who help in distribution, and I can give the phone number. This is 36 for Hungary.
Yes.
30 245 5795.
Okay, thank you, and we will have it typed into the description of this audio material so that everybody is able to use it.
Very nice, thank you.
Thank you very much. This is Mr. Geza, Racz, Editor-in-Chief for Kagylokurt, Access Mundi. Thank you so much.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you.